This video is going to show you how you can record a pupil incident on Engage Daybook. Now before I actually show you the process of doing that, the important part of this is understanding the actual secondary behaviour levels. This is quite important before you go on to Daybook. Now what we've done with the new behaviour policy, we've got 4 levels now of behaviour, and obviously this is rather arbitrary. We can't obviously encapsulate everything that might happen in a school, but what we've tried to think about here is that generally we've got level 1 and level 2 incidents, which are generally related to in-classroom things. And this is important when we're doing the Engage Daybook entry. So this is all to do with a student perhaps not doing work or disrupting lesson learning within a lesson. Now when we get to level 3, this is generally to do with stuff that might happen in a classroom, but could also happen in a corridor or somewhere in school, such as canteen. So you can see here there's in offensive language and so on and so forth. Now this is important because when we get to the actual steps and what you do here, first of all you'll note that if a student doesn't do their work, we don't expect you to put it straight on into Engage, but if they do it say 2 times in a row, they've not done work twice for you, then you might want to put that, you should be putting that, onto Engage. Alternatively, if it's a level 2 incident straight away, such as deliberately not doing work, you would put it as a level 2 incident. Or a step 2 incident, sorry. And finally, level 3 is if they've been swearing or bullying or whatever, we do it as a step 3. And you can see there's different people informed at different stages. So for example, step 1 and step 2, particularly step 2, we're only informing the head of department because what we're saying is this is an in-class incident, they're not doing their work or they're disrupting learning. But when we get to step 3, it's more of a pastoral incident, and that's why we inform the HOD and the HOI if needed. So let's go and look at how we do this. It's pretty straightforward. We go to Pupil Daybook and we choose Add New Entry. Now you can see here there's 2 options. I would imagine most of you will only get the secondary behaviour option. So we choose Add New Entry. And this is straightforward here. We can do a class search and a form search, but obviously if you know the pupil's name exactly, you can type it in. And so I'll just quickly search here. This is going to be Wei Hung. And you can see there's lots of people that match that criteria. I can add all of them if I wish, because we can add multiple people to this behaviour incident, but I'll just add the one. You can see it defaults to today, but I can put it on a different day. Let's say I'm recording an incident from yesterday and the time that it happened. Location is quite important, so let's say Humanities Hub Corridor, let's say. Okay, now the incident itself is important that this is detailed. But I'm just going to write text in there just because I don't want to actually be doing that. But obviously you need to say what happened. We're not worried at all about this follow-up. Now really all we need to do now is, well, we're deciding on what level this incident is. So let's imagine that this, if we're looking at the chart, this is a level 3 incident. So the student in question has been name calling. So we would then go in and message the head of year. Now if we click here, unfortunately, it cannot automatically pick up the head of year, so we have to then know that Wei Hung is in year 11. Okay, now this is where you do have to make a decision. If it's happened in your lesson as well, you might want to inform your head of department. And again, it doesn't always pick up. It doesn't pick up by default your department. So let's imagine you work in humanities. Now that's obviously optional for this level 3 incident. If it happened in a corridor, the head of department isn't necessarily interested or wants to know that, so it should just be the head of year. So please refer to this page and the flowchart when you're recording these incidents. Okay? Now you do have to do a priority level. We're not too worried about this. We can just do the NA. You don't have to worry about the priority level. When you've done it, if you want to come back to edit, you press save, or alternatively when you press save and close, the people involved will be notified. And that's the process. So when there's an incident, please check and remember the levels and the steps of what to do on Daybook, and then please record the incidents. Thank you.